All right, how we doing today, guys? We are live inside the warehouse up in Fishers today, and just got a couple of stories to go over here, and then a viewpoint I heard a survey about, and then we'll be on the road. Hopefully everybody had a great Super Bowl Sunday. Wasn't really the outcome I was looking for. I didn't really care about both teams because I wanted the Colts to be in there, obviously, but I was kind of rooting for the underdogs, the 49ers. It sucked that they didn't win. It was a little bit odd, that power outage, but I got to tell you, man, New Orleans seems to just have horrible luck when it comes to things with Katrina, power outages, and then, so that was kind of weird seeing that, kind of a downer for the people there for the moment. But overall, it seemed to be a pretty good game after the power outage, actually. I almost thought the 49ers were going to pull it off. Like I said, I'm kind of bummed that they didn't. But, overall, I guess it wasn't too bad of a game. And so hopefully you guys had a great day on that day. Having said that, I want to move to a story a new story that came up that was brought to my attention that I think it's kind of bogus. Not the story, but what's going on. Basically, up in Schererville, Indiana, there's a bar called, I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's called Spike's Lakeside Inn. Spike's Lakeside Inn in Schererville, Indiana. Okay, and basically this bar took in over $200,000 in bets for the Super Bowl. Over $200,000 just for bets alone for the Super Bowl, not even including alcohol sales or anything like that. Okay, and the Indiana State Excise Police is saying that they could be facing charges of promoting professional gambling, charges of failure to maintain good character and reputation, and charges of violating the scope of a Type 2 gambling endorsement. Yeah, it's that bogus. Basically, a bar takes in a hell of a lot of money, and apparently the Indiana State Excise Police is saying they could be charged with illegal activities. I think this is absolutely ludicrous. There was nothing illegal going on at this bar. People were betting their own money. There wasn't bookies here, and there weren't, extortion and anything along those lines. So I really think that the state is just getting money greedy now, and I think this is absolutely ridiculous that a guy can't run a bar, have people betting in his bar, and betting their own money that they earned, just on a sporting event, and because it's because it's so much money that people ended up betting, against each other and just friendly debating and bets, the state thinks that they should get a cut in it. And I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I think this is why it's great to be against the state. I don't really see any benefit that the state does for us anymore. If you do, let me know what the state is doing for us anymore, because apparently this guy turned over $204,367, turned it over, the money that was going around in his bar, not from any illegal activities, just people betting their own money, and he had to turn that money over. Now, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. So if you think that this is bogus too, let me know. Maybe it's just me here thinking that why should the state get a cut of people betting their own money? Why? Because it doesn't go through the lottery? I just think it just irritates me to no end that it's ridiculous. The state feels they should have their hand in this too. I don't think anything illegal was done at all. It was not illegal gambling. It was people betting against each other. So if that's illegal, then we might as well be called China and be in a communist country. Next thing is IPS announced that they were going to do free preschool, and now they're putting it on hold. My view on this was that I really don't know why they announced it if they were already going to put it on hold. I do understand some of the reasons that they are putting it on hold. They want to make sure they have enough to pay teachers. They want to make sure they have enough funding to actually run this free preschool. That's understandable, but why announce it if you're not 100% certain you have the funds to do this? Don't be stupid. I mean, it is IPS we're talking about, so, intelligence really isn't there to begin with. But, I just don't understand, and parents are really angry about this. I'm seeing articles and viewpoints and posts, that's understandable. I'd be angry too if you tell me I can put my kid in free preschool, and then you say, well, hang on, we got to see if we got the money to actually do it, What are you even bringing this up for, if you are not 100% certain, so just really a dumb move, a big blunder by IPS there on acting like they're going to have free preschool and then going back on the offer because they don't even know if they can fund it. So I really don't understand their logic on that as far as why they even announced it if they had not the slightest bit of doubt why even announce it. All right, now this third article I got here is one that really hits home with me. It's basically there's going to be a debate coming up over the big Sunday alcohol sales in Indiana. Now, we've already had a debate over this before, and apparently it's coming up again. And basically the debate now is big-time groceries against liquor stores. And the liquor stores think that, from what I'm hearing, Sunday, if it is allowed to sell alcohol on Sundays, that it's going to kill their business because they fear that everyone's going to go to the grocery stores on Sunday to buy their alcohol since they're already grocery shopping. And so their sales will plummet on Sunday. My view on this is that they're being whiny, needy, and just being ignorant. There's still going to be several people that only go to liquor stores because it might be closer than the grocery store. It just might be more convenient. They just might have something the groceries don't carry. It's the same as though, during the week, maybe people go to the grocery stores anyways over the liquor store. So I think they're really over-worrying this here. I don't think one day of not going to the liquor store and going to the grocery instead is really just going to kill the liquor store industry here in Indiana. So I think they're really just being ignorant about this. But as far as the actual debate goes, I couldn't be more happy if this does pass. I'm hoping it does because I got to admit I would go to the grocery store and buy booze if I'm already there grocery shopping on Sunday. So it would be nice to update with the times and end this prohibition period on Sunday, since just about, from what I think, every state around us sells booze on Sunday. So it'll be interesting to see how this debate turns out, whether they yay or nay it again. And then another story I have here is just really, it's just unbelievable that this happened at a school. It's a kid with Down syndrome, and she goes to Westlake Elementary School. Now, if you've ever heard of this school, you'll know what a trash hole it is. And basically, this kid with Down syndrome went to the school and would take her shoes off every day. And apparently, when she would take her shoes off, the teachers would put them back on. And I guess the teachers got tired of it, of her taking her shoes off every single day. So when she came home, I believe it was the other day, some day this week, when she came home, she literally had duct tape on her shoes around her ankles so that she could not take her shoes off. Yeah, that's not exaggerating this at all. That's not going over the details. That's the exact details. She had duct tape on her shoes around her ankles so that she could not take her shoes off, tight enough that she said it was hurting when she came home. Now, my question is, why is Westlake Elementary School such a dump? I mean, just from the teachers to the staff to, the principals and the Board of Education, why is it such a dump? I mean, I knew it was a trashy school, but this is just beyond trashy. I mean, who duct tapes a kid's shoes, I mean, the kid doesn't know any better, it's a special needs child, what gives you the right to duct tape their shoes just because you don't want to put them back on the kid? I think it's just absolutely appallable that this school did this, and they're trying to figure out who did it. No one's really coming forward, but I hope they find them and fire them, because it's just absolutely ridiculous that a child goes to school and is duct taped by a teacher just because the teacher's too lazy to put a special needs child's shoes back on. So I'm just disgusted with that. But like I said, I am not surprised at all from that trashy school. So, last thing I got now is I saw a survey recently, and it said that guys would actually rather hook up with average chicks than just beautiful, gorgeous women. And my question on this is, well, who didn't know that? I mean, I got to tell you, if I had a hot chick right here and I had an average chick, you always want to go for the average chick because, I mean, us as guys, hot chicks are great to look at and fantasize about, but I got to tell you, I mean, they're bimbos, and the smart ones are just, jerks. I'll put that phrase out there. Very, very rarely do you find a hot chick who is down to earth, is smart, and not just completely full of herself. It just seems to me that average women are more real, more mature, more down to earth, and sometimes they're not. That happens. But I mean, it just seems to me that that was a no-brainer. So I'm not even sure why that was a survey. I mean, hot chicks are there to fantasize about average women are there, to actually get real with. I mean, so having said that, I mean, let me know what you guys think. Is there really guys out there that just don't want average women? I mean, they don't want them. They only want to go for the superstar model. I mean, because I don't know any guys that do, but maybe that's just me. Having said that, it's going to wrap up today's show. Hopefully you guys have a great week today. Make use of today. It's hump day. Wink, wink. All right, and we will talk to you later. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you around.